In December 2021, I bought this car for £2,000 and it's not exactly been problem free. I was entirely seduced by the twin rear wipers. Here's what I didn't pay attention to. This mess down here, where you can clearly see coolant has been puking out of this bottle here. It indicates a coolant issue. We've now confirmed that even worse than head gasket failure, this car in all likelihood has a cracked rear cylinder head, which is allowing steam to escape into the engine bay, coolant's escaping, exhaust is pressurizing the coolant, so it's all the bad times. So should I demand my money back from the dealer? This is a commonly asked question, so I thought it was about the time to tackle this one head on. Now, consumer law in the UK actually provides me with a lot of rights. Even if you're selling cheap cars, if that car goes catastrophically wrong within the first 6 months of ownership, you have recourse against the seller of the car, providing that seller is a trader, which was definitely the case in this case. But you also have to pick your battles, and in this particular case, given how dodgy the seller was, remember his assistant was turning the heater up on the test drive, acted all clueless when I pointed out that the coolant had been puking out. They knew it was an issue, they were just trying to hope for the best. I can't prove if it was them or a previous owner that chucked Radweld or K-Seal or whatever in the coolant system to try and make it work, but hey, that bodge at least got me home, even if it hasn't fixed the problem. So I could go and demand my money back, but in this particular case, this is a dodgy dealer. We suspect he's already closed down that business and opened another one. This is what he does, this is how he operates, and the chances of getting anything back are not nil, but it's going to be a hassle. It's going to have to go through the courts and everything to pursue this money. He's not just going to turn around and give me my money back. I have messaged the vendor twice. He has actually refused to reply to any of my messages. So yeah, I'm a bit stuck. He doesn't really want to do anything. So yes, while the law could act in my favour, I don't think I want the stress that's going to come with it. It's my own stupid fault. I bought this car knowing there was an issue. So the seller knew, I knew, and between us we've ended up in a bit of a ruddy mess. So it is bad that he's effectively profited from my own stupidity, and it is bad that he's going to rip other customers off. People have been saying name and shame, but there are a couple of reasons why I don't want to go down that route. The first one is mob justice. If I name this garage, then people will just go for it, and the response will not necessarily be measured. He might then get really angry. He might then want to pursue me and say, why are these people coming to attack me about your car? And that's fair enough. I don't want to trigger that. That's just stress upon stress upon stress. So we don't want to go down that route. The other one was people saying I should name this person to protect others because then they'll know they're dodgy. But sadly, the people who were buying cars from traders like that are probably not the ones who are watching my videos. I generally don't buy from traders because I'm always buying down the bottom end of the market, and let's just say the people selling the cheaper cars, not always all that trustworthy. But do your research. So some are going to be good and the feedback is going to be there. The feedback for the seller of this car included a chap saying he wanted to chin him. And there's since been more feedback going on about how dodgy he is from another happy seller. So yeah, that's probably why he's changed the business. He just rides the storm, probably throws his mobile in the bin, gets a new number, and away he goes again. That's sadly how the way these people operate. It is always a case of buyer beware, because yeah, let's face it, I don't think some of these traders are really going to tolerate you putting up a fight. You might get some money out of them, you might not, but they're always just going to move on and shapeshift. So yeah, buyer beware. Even though the law protects you, you still got to question, do I want that hassle? I bought this car, I mean, it was stupid to do, but I get carried away. I mean, people have accused me of doing this for clicks, but no, this car has got clicks, but I think just because it's a Camry, I don't think it's because of my stupidity. I've always been rubbish at buying cars, always. Occasionally there is a gem, like I paid £250 for this Reliant Fox. And the Invacar, that was £100. That was a very good purchase. The Daewoo Matiz, I bought that car new, and at the time it was £6,500. Then 18 years later, having sold it, I bought it back for £100. That was a good buy. The Yugo Sana was not a good buy. That was a classic case of overexcitement, not properly assessing the car. It turned out not to be great. And in truth, my history is just littered with terrible purchases. Sometimes the good, sometimes the bad. I just hurl myself into it, see where it goes. I quite like the adventure regardless. I've been very fortunate in this case that the marvellous Chaz has become involved. He knows these cars very well. He also reckons he can get his hands on a set of cylinder heads. So it's going to take a while. That's not going to happen overnight. But we are hoping that will be the long-term fix. I do have some short-term measures to try, and we will be trying those in a future video. I am actually going to give the magic potions a try, but it's going to be a bit involved. I'm going to have to flush the coolant system to get rid of the K-seal or Radweld, whatever's been used before, and then we're going to try an entirely different one. Some of you have probably already guessed which one. Some of you already suggested it in the comments. We are going to try it. And the hope is that we will still get the heads off at some point and have a look and see what happened. So that will be coming up in a future video. But yeah, that's basically the crux of why I've not gone after the seller, because the chances of getting a full refund, I think, were practically nil, and also wouldn't assure this car's future. What's he going to do with it then? Punt it off to someone else who's unsuspecting and hasn't seen my videos? Not everyone in the world sees my videos. A tiny fraction of the world has seen my videos. So someone else could end up getting lumbered with it. And I could ask him to repair it. But if you know someone's dodgy, if you know his feedback's terrible, do you want him anywhere near your car? I'm going to suggest not. So I'm taking this on the chin. £2,000 isn't, nothing to me. That is, a good sum of money. But I'm hopeful that if I can get this car sorted, sort out the little bits of rot it's got, this will be an appreciating asset. The rest of this car is good, apart from the exhaust, which sounds like this. Oh, and when I came out to it this morning, this. Oh dear, oh dear. Some loser's car has been dropping fluid all over the ground. Don't. But it's a very straight, very tidy car otherwise. The interior is in lovely condition. The mat's got muddy, but that's all right. That job is to protect the marvellous carpets beneath. The seats, everything is so untouched. So I think this car has real collector potential. And that's good, because I'm still not sure this is going to be a long-term car. It's a bit too similar to the Fairmont, and I think I prefer the Fairmont, which is good because I imported that from the other side of the world at great expense. So the plan is we are going to try some measures just so I can use this car, because at the moment it's unusable. It's puking coolant. The exhaust box is hanging off at the back. Someone mentioned MOT. That's up next month in February. So we're going to try the potions, do think about that exhaust back box, and see how she does on the MOT. Or I might put it in and see if I can weld a repair on the exhaust. That is all to come in future videos. But for now, I'm going to park this one up, and I'll be going home in Foxanne, getting her ready for her big adventure on Monday. She's going for her longest drive since the summer of 2019. So that's surprisingly long ago. So that should be good fun. So that's what's coming next. Meanwhile, I know people were wondering about the 2CV. It is still here. I've been painting wings, painting up the body. I'm getting so close now to getting the wing back on. But I might today have to put the wheel back on. I think I'm finished painting now. So I'm letting the paint bake and harden. Then we'll get some corrosion wax in there. But I can do that with the wheel on. Because I need to get that out. Because I think next Wednesday, I'd booked the Camry in for MOT. I don't think it's going to make it. But we think we've got the Matiz running right now. So I'm going to dig the Matiz out. The Matiz will hopefully be going for MOT next week. Really, really busy times now. We've had a quiet sort of start to the year, really. Things are going to be getting hectic. More road tests will be coming in February as well. It's not a great time of year for doing road tests. The days are short. The roads are absolutely filthy. I mean, look at the state of this. Took this out for a drive yesterday. Absolutely plastered. So, yeah, not great times for driving cars, especially nice cars, out on the roads. But yeah, much going on. But I just wanted to give you some background. That's what's going on with this. This is why I am not pursuing the dealer. It's my own choice. I think that legislation is really there to protect the clueless. If someone had waltzed into that, I'm going, oh yeah, this is a lovely car, driven it home, and then the and then discovered it. That's what the legislation is there for. I should have known better and didn't. And it just, yeah, that's not really what it's about. It's protecting people who otherwise don't know, think it's a genuinely good car, mint, as the seller kept saying, and then discover it isn't. I could see with my own eyes it wasn't mint, but I just fell in love with it and wanted it anyway. My own stupid fault. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget you can head to the Hubnut store. We've got a few calendars left. We're going to have to discount those. We're running out of January already. We've also got lovely warm beanie hats, t-shirts in various sizes, and yeah, a lot more. So thank you for watching. I shall see you in a future video. Farewell.